If you're a young professional, chances are you've made it up the ranks a little bit and now you command some sort of respect from your peers, to show them that you don't take anymore, that you've made it in life. And to show that you've made it in life, you're going to want a vehicle. Chances are you're going to be looking at maybe a Mercedes or an Audi or maybe even this behind me. My name is Tawanda, you're watching Fueled, and this is a BMW G20 320i. So, if you're a young professional, there's probably 3 key aspects in a vehicle that you're looking for. Efficiency, because you still need money for other things in your life. Sex appeal, because obviously your car needs to be your wingman. And technology. Today, we're going to go through a tour of this BMW and see if it's good for a young professional. So, for the young professional, this is probably going to be their top engine spec. 2-liter inline 4 petrol engine. This is going to return to you the best efficiency. This will get you around 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and couple that with the 59-liter tank in the back. That means you're going to get about 800 kilometers per tank. 800 kilometers a tank means that you can go from home to work and back to home every day of the week. And in between, you can even sprinkle in going to the bar and back. Maybe even the golf course. It's got 185 kilowatts of power and it's got 400 newton meters of torque. And when you drive, you can actually hear the turbo go su-tu-tu-tu, which is the best part for me. It's the most fun part. But other than that, this engine is pretty reliable. It's been in BMW's fleet for quite a long time, and you should not have any problems with it. It is a good engine, it's a quick engine, and it sounds nice. And it even has BMW's coasting feature. This means that while you're driving along and you take your foot off the accelerator, the engine and the drivetrain will decouple each other so that it can run off less than 1,000 RPMs, which is a pretty cool feature to save fuel and be economical. The nice thing about this is, unlike the Mercedes coasting feature, this can happen at any time. So you can do it at any speed. Mercedes, you have to be above a certain speed before it will allow you to glide with the car. So this is a lot like the Toyotas in that aspect. So I think that's efficiency checked for the young professional. Let's go see technology. Our next category is technology. And when it comes to behavioral economics, they say that we as human beings are not rational people. We are more willing to part ways with our money if we see something that we can part ways with our money for, if we can justify it. This BMW has a lot of technology to kind of justify the high price that it comes for. First of all, we have these matrix LED headlights. These headlights are able to not only have a distance of 300 meters, but when it does see another car approaching it or another sign, it will dip itself so that it doesn't blind other cars or you from another sign, which I find pretty cool. And one other cool aspect about these headlights is they've got cornering technology. So this means that as you go along a road, as you turn the steering wheel, the lights will kind of change to focus where you're looking. The idea behind it is that so that the BMW can see the road ahead of you and illuminate the road going into the corner a lot better than just standard lights that look forward. For more driver-oriented technology, we've got DAP, or Driver Assistance Package. This means the BMW comes with lane departure warning, it comes with autonomous braking, it comes with emergency brake intervention, lane departure warning, and as the standard package that it has rain sensing wipers and automatic headlights, which makes it feel a bit more luxurious and justifies the price that the young professional is going to pay for this BMW vehicle of his or hers. Then when it comes to inside the car, you get things such as this giant dual screen in front of you, which looks really nice. I like the screen in the middle because it's a bit simple, but Actually, BMW went a bit extra with it, but I do like the fact that when you drive, the screen has a map in the middle constantly. I've seen a lot of people say that the whole rev counter going in the opposite direction throws them off, but to me, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think the overall design of it looks good, and it kind of follows the shapes of the headlights, so you've got those kind of like flick designs throughout it. So that is really good. The screen, colorful, nice, but I think BMW did a bit too much to kind of add their marker on it. Next to it, you've got the other BMW screen, which is both touchscreen and operated from the scroll wheel at the bottom. I like that because it means that when you're driving and you're trying to touch the screen, it's very hard to touch the screen, but the scroll wheel works nicely. This screen comes with endless configurations, and this has got BMW's iDrive system. The iDrive on a general is pretty good, and you can get very, very lost in doing whatever you're doing on this iDrive system. And to end the technology discussion, BMW has connected this car to the internet. So this has basically got BMW's over-the-air software updates, so it's going to act like your phone. When there's an update to any of the software that needs to happen, the car will get the update and it can update itself. There's no need to take it into BMW and then ask them to do X, Y, and Z with the vehicle, because it'll just come straight through and you can download it like an iPhone app, which is hella convenient. But this iDrive over-the-air update system did come with a little bit of pushback from the public. When this system was first introduced and stuff in 2018, BMW decided that they were going to take it to the next level and try to maximize their returns. So they ended up putting in features in the car such as Apple CarPlay, heated seats, and so on, that were installed in the car, but you could only unlock them once you paid BMW to unlock them. Then they would send an over-the-air update to unlock your car. Luckily, in 2019, everybody said no, and BMW revoked that decision. And now you get Apple CarPlay as standard, which out of all the features in the car of this giant screen, that is the best feature that you could have. That's the only feature that you'll need, because then you've got your maps, your messages, and your music all in one place. The next category is sex appeal. Number one is when it comes to the M Sport package design, this looks really nice. I like the way that BMW have done all the kind of curves and stuff, and this makes the car look a lot more aggressive and a lot less like the car that somebody's mother is going to take to pick them up from school tomorrow. Another point of charisma that this car has is the exhaust. Even though that this isn't a BMW performance exhaust, the BMWs, because they always drive generally better than the Mercs or the Audis, they also sound a bit better. When you start the car up, it has a little whoom to it, which sounds good for you and your passenger. Another point that adds to the whole charm of things is when people come and they see you come up to the car, and then you've got the key in your pocket, and then you just... Now that is cool. The lights, cool. And on the inside, there's a couple more things that I got to show you. So, when you're inside the car, one of the cool things is this giant touchscreen over here has got motion sensors over here, which means that when you come close to the screen, it'll either sense that your hand is there and display it. You can kind of see it when you go to the map. It will actually detect that your hand is there. Now, the reason why I say that this is cool is when you are listening to music, all you have to do is just kind of rotate your hand like this, and the volume comes on. Rotate it back the other way, and the volume goes off. That is sure to get any passenger hot and heavy. The next part that I like is when you look at these buttons over here. Just underneath the climate control, which is digitally controlled, which has a digital screen over here, these kind of shortcut buttons over here, when you rest your finger on them, they come up at the top and they show you which shortcut they're going to go. So they're kind of capacitive shortcut buttons. The part that's good about this is when you're driving and then you put your hand over here and then you try and find the application that you want and you click it without having to faff around and go inside the screen, whoever your passenger is going to notice that and they're going to feel it. That is cool. And then the next thing that will help this car be your wingman would be the ambient lighting. In this car, it's not too intense. Some cars, when they go with the ambient lighting, they want to put it everywhere and they want to say, here, have it, where it doesn't look nice anymore. On this, it still looks nice. It's just a subtle little bit on the doors above the Harman Kardon speakers, which sound great, a little bit inside and around there. I actually could have wanted just maybe a little bit along the edges, but it's a good place to be, and I like the way that they've done the ambient lighting. So if you have this BMW and you have the M Sport Pack, you can drive confident knowing that you've got a wingman parked in your garage ready to help you whenever you call. So there we have it. There are our three categories. We've got efficiency, technology, and Riz. This is the things that this BMW brings to the young professional who's looking for the vehicle to show that he's made it in life, to show that he's not just somebody at the bottom fetching mail anymore. The young professional now has the big bag. The young professional can pay for stuff now. Thank you for watching Fueled. I've been Tawanda, and this has been the BMW G20 320i. See you next time.